Lacrosse events. We ask that no one come in contact with the glass surrounding the playing floor while the game is in progress. The use of paint air horns, abusive or objectionable language, throwing objects onto the floor, or at any player, official, or other spectator are all prohibited by tournament management. Any person violating these rules are subject to ejection along with any fines or arrests. Your cooperation with these rules and along with the arena staff is greatly appreciated.
I don't know what he wants. Yeah, the refs lining them up.
September 30th marks the National Day of Truth and Reconciliation in Canada. The day honors the children who never returned home and survivors of residential schools, as well as their families and communities. Public commemoration of the tragic and painful history and ongoing impacts of residential schools is a vital component of the reconciliation process. Orange Shirt Day is an Indigenous-led grassroots commemorative day intended to raise awareness for the individual, family, and community intergenerational impacts of residential schools and to promote the concept of every child matter. The orange shirt is a symbol of stripping away culture, freedom, and self-esteem experienced by Indigenous children over generations. At this time, we ask that you please give us a moment of silence to honor those. Thank you.
Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to the 2023 LAXNAI. I was just listening to Mike Brandt, the PA, to make sure what the important information was, and he is letting us know that this gold medal matchup will be 4 times 10 minutes running time, 2-minute breaks in between. We have the USA White and Snake Island Muskies. USA White with first possession. Blaze Reardon rips one. That's stopped by Edmund Cathers. Big hit coming from Isaiah Davis-Allen, who's been outstanding in this tournament. Snake Island with their first possession. Skylar Thomas to the near side. Vaughn Harris gets separated from the ball, gets it back. Tries to force a pass through, not force a pass, but get a pass through to Dalston Day. He can't get it. Oh, no. We have a player going to the turf. It's Mark Glacini. He is okay, though. He pops up, but we do have a delayed penalty coming. Extra attacker on the floor as Goa Abrams, the starter for USA White, has made his way to the bench. Here's Joey Spallina, gets it across, comes back to Cole Kirst. His shot goes wide. It's grabbed off the backboards. That's just a little bit late. Blaze Reardon. So the first call of the game, the first penalty of the game, and the first power play coming up. Again, 4 10-minute running time periods. 2-minute breaks in between, and 2 minutes of stop time at the end of the fourth quarter.
Penalty to number 42, Dalton Day, limited minor for roughing. Time of that penalty, 8:05.
All right, so 1 minute penalty power play for USA White. Joey Spallina. There's the first goal of the game. What a finish by CJ Kirst on the inside. He immediately runs over to Joey Spallina, who makes this pass. Kirst, just a beast in the middle of the floor. And look at how quickly he is heading over to Spallina. A pair of players who played in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League this summer, and wow, you can see the difference it's made in their game. They came in very good. They came out as dominant young players.
By number 11, CJ Kirst. For number 4, Joey Spallina. And number 12, Cole Kirst.
U.S. comes into the offensive zone. Spallina gets it. U.S. White will try to extend their lead. This is quite a matchup. Here's Blaze Reardon. Pass down low. Good movement. Spallina, hard rip. It's off the post. It's going to come straight back to Spallina, but gets away. Snagged there by Kyler Johnson. He'll get up over center. All kinds of pressure. Nice back check pressure from Max Waldbaum, but good heads-up play. Hands it off to Ty Thompson. Thompson, in case you missed it earlier, the father of a 2-month-old who started to come while he was in warm-up for a Three Nations League final game. That was a chance for Skylar Thomas yet to take off, and they got the baby came along crew, an absolutely adorable 2-month-old now with all kinds of hair, beautiful head of black hair, maybe dark brown. I don't like when people call my hair black because mine's dark brown. So. Crew, if it's dark brown, there you go. Into the offensive zone, Zach Hops. Looks like he's playing up for a forward shift. He'll try and duck underneath. Nice job by TJ Comizio. Oh, what a great shot. Working around the play, Zach Hops, who has been playing some very solid lacrosse for a long time. And as you can see on this replay, he is going to do this all himself. Has to fight off the defensive checks. Comizio, number 1, is going to get down and get all over him. He'll spin away from Comizio. And then a little pick there from Jake Rice opens the spot, and then an absolutely perfect shot to sneak it by Goa Abrams.
His first of the time of that goal, 5.
U.S. back to the offense as we were tied 1-1 almost halfway through this first quarter. There's a chance in front. It gets away from Connor Kirst. Forecheck pressure, and the 10 count is running very low. I don't think they're going to make it across. No, that will be 10. Zach Deacon tries to just fling it up the floor. I think a couple of people on the U.S. bench are advocating for a delay of game, but I think his shot was already in motion. U.S. setting back up on the CJ Kirst. Deacon up on him. I would imagine Deacon will have a lot of responsibility for CJ Kirst, and he is paying some serious attention. A huge whack just a moment ago. Here's a rip from the outside, but Patrick McIntosh couldn't get his lane, and here's Nate Schultzke. Oh, good shot. Good decision to get the shot off before he got flattened by Dalton Silver. But Sulver coming on may have impacted the shot. It just went a little wide from Schultz, who's also had a great tournament. That is another young American player who's just burgeoning in his play. Played in the PBLA this year and looked very good there, just coming better and better. And really a strong tournament this weekend. Here's CJ Kirst. The man-child over the top, stopped by the foot of Edmund Cathers. That's up and out of play. It'll be a fresh 30 for the U.S., and Joey Spallina will start with it. Spallina getting some picks. Waldbaum trying to open something up. Off the post, off the foot of Cathers, and back out the far side, just missing. Colkhurst fighting for it. Winds up losing possession. Cathers will make the short outlet pass. We'll just flip it ahead there to Jay Chubb. Here comes the goal scorer, Zach Hops. Skylar Thomas on the far side. He loves the high steps. So creative, so quick. But he's just going to give it for a rip to Von Harris, who can't quite connect. That's going to be an over and back. Racing out is Miles Jacobs to get there and cover. And he's got to be careful not to get... Oh, okay. It's got to go in the corner. So it's okay to tap it over there. Otherwise, that's a delay of game. He knew that. He's a veteran. He's a smart player. U.S. has it once again. We've got just under 3 to go in the first period. Boy, these 10-minute periods really go quickly. There are 4 of them. So we still got a lot of game. Quick shot by Colkhurst. That one's covered up by Cathers. And Miles Jacobs, who's been excellent as well. Probably one of the most noticeable players in this tournament. There's Schultzke. He'll leave it there for Chris Atwood, one of the leading scorers. Josh Hewitt. Josh Hewitt had a really nice performance at the President's Cup this summer for Snake Island. Most of these Snake Island players were on the Snake Island club that went to the President's Cup, won a fantastic battle in the Three Nations League finals, a 7-game series against the Akwesasne Bucks. They're missing a couple of guys, a couple of fairly important guys, Joe Rosateritz, and another major righty that's slipping my mind just for the moment, but we'll get that one. Stephen Keel, pretty big addition. Here's Spallina. They're looking skip pass. Did he get... Oh, nice job by Cathers. That was a really quick release by Patrick McIntosh, who is making an impression this weekend on observers, coaches, opponents. Hops steps over center. He's going to go for a change. He's been doing some yeoman service so far as we're approaching the final minute of this first half. Bounce pass from Jake Rice. Von Harris trying to bull his way to that. That is going to be 2 minutes for lassoing. And it'll be a power play for Snake Island. And one thing we've seen throughout the tournament, the U.S. White, so athletic, so big and strong and fast and so intense. They get out on you, all kinds of pressure, and teams have to take a while adjusting. But I think Snake Island, having seen them, I'm trying to think if they actually played each other already in this tournament. Let's see.
USA penalties, number 17, Park City.
Here's a chance. Skylar Thomas, beautiful little touch. What a shot. He's been going flying across the crease these days to score some huge goals, but this one is just going to be a nice little touch shot. Bouncer on the far side past the right foot of Goa Abrams. You see Thomas over to the right of your screen. Gets the ball now. Doesn't do anything too fancy this time. That is just a beautiful precision shot. Normally he's got the feet flying, he's got the stick going all over, he's doing twisters, he's going way back against the grain, but not in this case. Now an opportunity for Connor Kirst. He can't quite connect on it, and it's scooped up there by Dylan Robinson. Crothers has it, and we are through 1 quarter of play already. It is 2-1 for the Snake Island Muskies over USA White through 10 minutes of play. We're going to take a 2-minute break, see some highlights from Blue Squatch Productions, and we will be back for quarter number 2 in 2 minutes.
view past tournament games along with their live tournament feed. Visit LAXNai.com for a direct link to all the action. While you're on LAXNai.com, don't forget to check out the complete schedule, stats, standings, vendors, sponsors, and more. That's LAXNai.com. The 2024 World Lacrosse Box Championship is coming right here to Utica, September 20th through September 29th. Come cheer on players from all over the world as what will be the largest World Lacrosse Box Championship. Stay tuned for you how to get your hands on pre-sale tickets for the events. Lightning IVs is a special curated line of liquors to elevate your health and wellness. Guided by science, intuition, and nature, Lightning IVs won't just hydrate you, but will amplify your body's natural ability to heal and rejuvenate. Visit their stand, located on the first floor, below the scoreboard.
Welcome back, lacrosse friends. We're underway with quarter number 2, the second of 4 10-minute running time quarters in the gold medal matchup at LAXNai 2023. Two outstanding teams on the floor. USA White with possession now. They trail by 1 to the Snake Island Muskies. Hard sidearm pass. Here's Blaze Reardon. Gets it back to Cole Kirst. Stopped by Eben Cathers. Here's Zach Hops. Hops is going to slow things down a little bit. He's got Vaughn Harris there. Harris sidestepping along the far boards. Watched closely by Jared Newman. Now a couple of picks, comes into some space, and they're going to say through the crease. Skylar Thomas had gone through the crease and was the next player to receive a pass. So it's U.S. possession, and they are quickly up into the offensive zone again. Jimmy Chadwick sidesteps, pulls up, passes it off. And then it goes to C.J. Kirst. Oh, nice pass inside by Chadwick. Blaze Reardon with a good scoring opportunity, but gets denied. And here's a chance at the other end. They got the ball down the floor quickly, but just not quite able to convert there with Sky Sunday. Ball gets away from Comizio. He'll go back the other direction for now, and now it's turned back over. Just got away from Kyler Johnson. Here's Connor Kirst setting things up. The U.S. plays at a very high pace. Lots of speed, lots of movement. And that creates some chances. Also at times can create a little bit of running around. But they have been generally very composed in this tournament. And here you can see the intensity on the forecheck. It's not just their D, and that is going to go out of play off of a Snake Island player. It hit the boards in between the benches, and U.S. will get it back. C.J. Kirst has it on the far side. He is watched by Jay Chubb. Couple of slip picks. Spallina hits Kirst. Great chance, but is turned aside by Eben Cathers. Picked off. The pass was kind of floated up there, and Dylan Robinson just sprinted into space to get it. Spallina. There's calls for a moving pick by the Snake Island fans, but then when the Snake Island player, or calls for a moving pick, yeah, and then when the Snake Island player hung on to the stick of the U.S. player, I think it all got wiped clean. Pass across to the far side by Josh Hewitt. Outlet chance for Connor Kirst. He can't quite pull the pass in. Little sidearm pass there from Waldbaum. Pressure in front. Missed there by Connor Kirst, who's staying up for a shift on O. Backdoor pass. Cole Kirst shot it in. He snuck it between Cathers and the post. Edmund Cathers kind of can't believe it. That's going to be a big bump from Casey Swamp, who did not appreciate the celebration. And you see on this replay that Edmund Cathers thought he had this shot. He's just looking back. He still can't believe that ball's in the net. But what a perfect rip by Cole Kirst. Not a ton of power, really precision focused there. Taking the face off for Snake Island.
USA goal against first of the game, scored by number 12.
I'll have to double check that one. But not sure we have an 88.
And number 37.
We'll double check who that is, but U.S. gets possession. Jimmy Chadwick flips it off to Spalina. They've got 15 to shoot as Cole Kirst comes out. Looked over to CJ, gets it to his brother now. Oh, Kirst blows by a defender. Huge kick save, Edmund Cathers. They get it back immediately to Kirst. The U.S. just relentless in their drive. At least to another great chance for Spalina, but another excellent stop by Edmund Cathers. Nate Schultzke had a transition opportunity, but U.S. White really hustles to get their players out. John Rannigan, the first guy off the bench, takes away the transition chance. Von Harris on the boards. Nice stutter steps, gets a shot off. TJ Comizio was D'ing him up. Pretty sturdy. Comizio, for a smaller guy, really solid on his feet. Gets a great base with the setting of his feet. And I'm not sure where that call was. I'm not sure if the ball got out of play or I didn't see the indication, but it does go over to the U.S. U.S. White. Spalina. Got a couple of guys lining up. It's a couple of Kirsts, as that's Cole, and CJ was cutting in front of him. CJ with the pick. What a drive by Blaze Reardon. Fights through the hog tie, the wrap around the neck. There was a penalty coming. And he still gets his way through. You'll see the hand go up right here because that is a hold. And then the other hand goes up for a goal. What a beautiful play. Blaze Reardon, the veteran leader on this club. And it is 3-2. The U.S. squeaks ahead. Just over 4 minutes to play here in the second of 4 quarters. USA White gets possession off the face-off. Patrick McIntosh with it. Rip from the outside. That's going to be well off the mark. He's going to track it down, though. Nice quickness from McIntosh. They've still got 10 to work with. Almost picked off, but it gets through to Cole Kirst. What a great defensive move by Schultzke. And then Spalina just misses the pass. Penalty coming. Oh, no, they're going to say through the crease. And yeah, there is a penalty coming. And it may not have been quite as ideal a defensive play as I thought, because Nate Schultzke's going to the penalty box. Sure. I don't think that's it. Okay. It was already called earlier. Okay. I didn't see it. There's a lot going on. We're not going to catch everything. Here's Blaze Reardon with possession. Cole Kirst. Over to Spalina. Back to Reardon. Going back and forth. Reardon winds up. Cathers with the stop. 2.5 to go in the first half or in the second quarter. Here's a chance. Skylar Thomas off the bench. What a great defensive angle taken by Dalton Solver of the Buffalo Bandits. And Six Nations Riverman. Spinning rip by Von Harris, who then grabs Isaiah Davis-Allen, kind of pulls him out of the way very subtly, but Davis-Allen still comes away with possession. McIntosh over to Reardon. He gets it back. Here's CJ Kirst. Kirst, hard rip. Another foot save, Edmund Cathers. U.S. really putting some pressure on Cathers, keeping the Muskies in it. There's another save. That one a bit easier, but it was a hard shot. And Schultzke out of the box. He's got a couple players with him. He's going to peel out, or is he? CJ Kurst has come back to play some transition defense. There's Chris Atwood. Atwood's pass gets knocked away. That shot goes wide from the stick of Jimmy Chadwick. Snake Island, the other direction. Sky Sunday. Over to the far side. Watched by John Ranigan. Spins underneath. Gets the shot off. Pretty nice trail check by John Ranigan on that play. Oh, off the bench, Spallina. You're not going to stop him there as TJ Comizio makes the pass forward. And then Spallina with the pass. Look, I love the play there by Dylan Robinson, who looks up the floor before he picks up the loose ball, so he knows exactly where he's going. If we see it again, take a look at Rob. Oh, we're not going to quite get it all. Here we go. Dylan Robinson, 16. He's going to the boards. He looks up the floor, sees what he's going to do, then he bends over and picks up the ball, then makes this outlet pass. That makes a huge difference for him in this game. And then Spallina is wide open, naked on the crease, and almost they get almost another chance before the end of the first half. U.S. White putting all kinds of pressure on. 2.5 seconds to go. They didn't just call a timeout with 2.4 seconds, did they? Not sure if
Timeout, Snake Island.
maybe they get one per half. They might as well use it.
Forces your body to work harder, become stronger, and boost your cardio. They're the simplest workout solution. Looking to design your own lacrosse stick? Head over to the Kristen Head's Custom Lacrosse booth located on the second level. Twisted Heads Custom Lacrosse allows you to design your own stick.
All right, so during the halftime, I would like to announce the winner of our BSP head giveaway. We'd like to say 445603 for being such a huge supporter of the channel. Comments on all these videos, likes, subscribes, and shares. Does it all to get us on there. We can always call it out and Gaudette. He's going to win the BSP head. Gaudette, get a hold of us on social media so we can get you the head. And thanks for all the support.
Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to the 2023 LAXNAI. It is 4-2 for the U.S. over Snake Island Muskies. Great trail check by Dylan Robinson. What an addition to the player pool he is for the U.S. He and his two brothers, Brandon and Justin, both in this player pool. Justin's played quite well as well for the club this weekend. Spallina along the far boards. U.S. coming on strong late in that first half. CJ Kirst, heavy fake, rips it just a little bit wide. Cole Kirst goes back up to Spallina. They're saying fresh 30. I thought it missed, but they are resetting the 30. Blaze Reardon's going to fire one. CJ Kirst with the rebound. Oh, what a stop! Evan Cathers. And then Waldbaum is just going to turn back out. And Blaze Reardon says, okay, slow it down, guys. Let's get things all set. Here's Waldbaum. Schultz loses his footing. Great job jumping up. And slide defense there by Brian Rice, who's a deadly scorer, but also very solid defensively. To get the ball ahead to Derek Hops. All kinds of pressure on him. He makes a calm pass to Chris Atwood. Atwood gets it back to Hops. And they come down to Vaughn Harris. Caught in the hard sidearm shot, but that one's stopped by Abrams. The U.S. has been changing goalies at the half in basically every game that we've seen them play, but they are sticking with Goa Abrams in this one. You don't mess around in the final. Actually, in the semi, they did stick with Goa for quite a while, and then went to David Mather later in the game. McIntosh, well checked by Zach Hops, sorry. Another save by Eben Cathers. And now it's Zach Hops taking off. Snake Island ball in the stick of Skylar Thomas. Tried a similar shot to the one he scored on earlier. Doesn't connect this time. And as Connor Kirst has to turn to accept that outlet pass. Might slow things down for the U.S. No, they're still going to get a chance. What a catch by Dylan Robinson, driving to the net, reached back, got the shot off. The rookie from the Buffalo Bandits this past season in the NLL. What a sensational season. I'm telling you, I had him in my top 5 for Rookie of the Year until he went out and missed some time with an injury. But the last third of the season kind of let some people catch up, move ahead of him. But I still thought he was probably a top 5 guy. He may have been top 3 before that. Little sidearm shot from Spallina, who you cannot call a field lacrosse player anymore. He's a lacrosse player, and he knows what to do in the box. Nate Schultz gets himself in trouble, pinned against the boards, but gets out of it. Great work, but then IDA strips him. The pass ahead. Here comes with speed Mark Lassini. He's going to go to the net and shoot. Edmund Cathers stops it and swallows up the rebound. Great goaltending display by Cathers, but then throws it away. Little miscue for Cathers, and the U.S. is going to set up Isaiah Davis-Allen. Crowd is into this one. People are really enjoying this high-caliber lacrosse here at the LAXNAI at the Nexus Center. CJ Kirst, nothing there for him, so he gives it to Spallina. That's going to be an illegal pick. And a penalty coming now to the U.S. Max Waldbaum has taken not a really good decision on that one. It's a delay game as play was being blown back in, and you just can't interfere with the player who's about to start with possession. So he will go to the box for a minute or less. It appears he may not agree with the call. Been known to happen. We're 4 minutes into the third quarter. 4-2, still the score. That's what it was at halftime. Vaughn Harris trying to turn things around a little bit.
USA penalty number 30.
Hard rip from the outside. Vaughn Harris almost got one. U.S. coming out, breaking out. Nice pass to Randigan. He's got Blaze Reardon ahead, but they take away the passing lane. Now they get it to Reardon. Great job on transition defense by the Muskies to get back and get out of the way, or get in the way of that pass. Reardon fighting along the boards. They're trying to kill the final 20 seconds. They've only got 3 left to shoot. Reardon, what a drive to the net. Fights through and gets that shot off. But Eben Cathers makes the stop. Snake Island. Up into the offensive zone. Nice pass down by Ty Thompson. Skylar Thomas, he's looking like he wants to create something. There's not a lot of room. The U.S. doing a good job keeping them to the outside. 8 seconds. Vaughn Harris shoots far side, just misses. It's going to be a reset. It did graze off of Goa Abrams, but Robinson has it. He whips it ahead to Dalton Sulver. Sulver's got Robinson back if he wants. Doesn't, so he's going to go to Cole Kirst. Robinson hands it off. CJ Kirst moves it along. And here's McIntosh. He is absolutely flattened by Casey Swamp. He's not the first guy that's happened to. He probably won't be the last. Here comes Hops. Nice job by Cole Kirst on the back check. Hops still, though, managed to get a pretty good shot off. USA White on the run. Comizio. Man, does he cover ground. Here's Spallina. Steps back. Pretty good D. Then the hard shot. Cathers may have got a bit. There's a penalty coming to... Nobody has possession. It'll be to Snake Island. So Goa Abrams gets to the bench, and the extra attacker is out. They've got a full 30 to work with after recovering the rebound, and a bunch of attackers to still get out there. There they come, the last two. Cole Kirst and Blaze Reardon at the top. Reardon, that's Kirst there. He'll go to Reardon now. Spallina has the stick cocked by his ear, gets it. Back to Kirst. Ball moving up at the top, and now they try and go in the middle, and that was going to be picked off, and the foul will be adjudicated. It's going to be an illegal cross-check. I think it's to Derek Hops. And Edmund Cathers has a little equipment adjustment to make, so we're going to stop the clock with 3:07 to play. And we see the penalty here on the replay. Right. Okay, watch Derek Hops, number 4, coming in, trailing the play. Oh, yeah. He called it a legal cross-check. The elbow comes up to the back of the head of TJ Comizio. Can't do that, so it will be a 1-minute power play for USA White. They will try to extend this lead. We've got 7 minutes of the third quarter with no scoring. CJ Kirst thought about it. Spallina, great pass to Reardon, who just missed. That's going to get up and out of play or not. It's not going to. It was McIntosh. Great hustle to chase it down. They skip it to the far side. That's going to be a fresh 30 on the shot off the post by Cole Kirst. Go Abrams will flip it up to McIntosh. They're trying to race back up so they can take advantage of the power play. Penalties do go quickly when they're only a minute here. With the running time, backdoor quick stick. McIntosh stopped. Cathers was stepping out, but still managed to get it. And now we're going to have a back-in call on Snake Island. And their fans are not enjoying that call. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1 on the penalty. Hops is released. He's going to take off up the floor and just got away from his brother. Or else Derek could have set Zach up on the breakout. Or Zach could have set up Derek. Now they've got Vaughn Harris coming off the bench. Isaiah Davis Allen on him. May have been enough to put him off. Harris couldn't get back to his own side and get the shot he may have wanted to get. USA White goes up the floor. Isaiah Davis Allen and Vaughn Harris have a pat for each other as they go by. Harris is looking a little shaken up. His left foot, he's kind of hopping on the right as he tries not to put too much weight on the left. Into the final minute and a half of the third quarter. Kirst cross floor to Spallina. Great save by Cathers. Oh, but it's put back. Is that Waldbaum or Kirst? We'll check as we see this replay. The ball bounced up, and there's a lot of traffic. You can see Spallina flips it through to Waldbaum. He'll take the shot. Oh, it's Kirst, CJ Kirst, that puts it back in. Great finish by Kirst. We've mentioned how he loves to go to the middle. I was talking to somebody today about what a good comparable would be for CJ Kirst's game. It's hard to think. I mean, he's gritty. He gets inside. So skillful. You think of a Joel McCready or, I don't know. Let me know. Go to @Stamplax on Twitter, X, and let me know what you think. Who would be a good comparable? shot. It's true. Dalton Sulver thought long and hard about making the pass across to Jimmy Chadwick. Decides to just let it rip. Just squeaks through, and that is a bit of a heartbreaker. That's probably going to be the end of the third quarter. I don't think we're not going to get out and get a face-off done. So we are through 3 quarters of play. We're going to take 2 minutes to watch some more highlights from Blue Squatch Productions, who are doing a fantastic job of putting on these broadcasts for everyone. Thank you to them, and thank you to all of you for being with us here on the Blue Squatch YouTube channel or Lacrosse TV. We're through 30 of 40 minutes. It's 6-2 USA White. We'll be back in 2 minutes to the LAXNAI. See you then. Welcome back, lacrosse friends. We have 10 minutes to decide a champion. Right now, USA White looking awfully strong. Ball's picked up by Tim Edwards off the draw. He's been fantastic in all phases of the game. That he plays the face-off and defense and transition, scoring some goals. U.S. maintaining possession here. Over to McIntosh. What a revelation this guy's been. Hard sidearm rip off the leg of Edmund Cathers. The crowd is really getting into this. That hard shot goes wide. Spallina feeds it through to Kirst. Oh, great moves, Cole Kirst, to bury one. And USA White is really looking good in this game. They are working so well as a unit. That is a great feed by Joey Spallina. A great finish by Kirst, but what a pass by Joey Spallina. Just look at this. Here he has the ball. There are a bunch of sticks and people in the way, and he just, with perfect touch, finds the pass through Spallina. Breakout star this summer with the Orangeville Northmen, helping them go 20-0. And now, I think looking like a pretty solid bet to be on this U.S. team for the World Championship next year in Utica, right back here at the Nexus Center, September 20th to 29th, 2024. Chadwick gives it up to C.J. Kirst. Kirst bounces one off the post. Opportunity here, but it just gets away from Bossy Rice. Sorry, that's Ashton Jacobs. It's a 7-6, not a 1-6. Makes a little more sense. There's Nate Schultzke. We'll just leave it. And Sky Sunday keeps the ball moving. There's Vaughn Harris. Harris blast. That one's blocked out front. Pass ahead. Breakaway. Connor Kirst. Oh, that's lovely. What a nice touch up into that top corner. Boy, the Kirst brothers are putting their stamp on this game, on this team. There are 4 Kirst brothers on this squad. You just saw Connor score. He's the transition guy. CJ, you've seen plenty of, number 11, the lefty forward. We've seen Cole Kirst, number 12. You've seen quite a bit of him as well. And they actually have a goaltender. Colin Kirst is the 3rd goalie on this U.S. White team.
USA goal.
And there's another one coming. He's still in high school. Yeah. Plus the 3 Robinsons could be all on the team. I mean, there could be 7 or about a third of the U.S. roster. Could be just Kirst and Robinsons. Hard to say who all will be making this squad. This is a huge part of the selection process for the U.S. team for the 2024 Worlds. And that is Joey Spallina making one more argument in his favor as to why he should be on that club. He still has a year of junior lacrosse left. He's planning to head back up to Orangeville, he said. He loves going up for the summer. And look at this bouncer. Just skips it past the left hand. And Edmund Cathers gets down there. He's in pretty good position, but that is a perfectly placed shot.
USA goal.
9-2.
Scored by number 4, Joey Spallina. With an assist for number 3, Patrick McIntosh, coming at goal, 6:44.
McIntosh winds up, shoots, Cathers with the stop. Almost batted in by Connor Kirst. They're going to say an illegal cross check on Zach Hops. Oh, no. Is it Zach Hops? I think it's Derek Hops going to the box. Zach, has he been tossed, or are they just telling him to get over to the bench? Okay, so he's signaling for... Oh, wait a second. Okay, so it looks like Derek Hops, number 4, has been tossed from the game. So Derek Hops will head off and get the hot water in the showers. Stay with us post-game for the presentation of the championship trophy, of the awards for 1st and 2nd place, and of the all-tournament team. Tell you, difficult choices with so many quality players in the tournament this year. Speaking of so many quality players, do not envy the choices that Reggie Thorpe and his staff are going to have to make when they select this U.S. team. If you go through the entire player pool that was announced by U.S. Lacrosse and take a look at all the players between these 2 teams, plus guys who weren't here like Joe Reziteritz and Tom Schreiber, Trevor Baptiste, T.D. Erlin, Joe Nardella, so many other players. Can't get into them all now, but a lot of players. Go look that up. See the list. It's going to be hard. CJ Kirst, down low. McIntosh, back up to Kirst. Back and forth. Spallina to Kirst. McIntosh, somebody's got to shoot. He does. That was close to in. Went off the crossbar, spun down, spun back out. So it's a minute and a major. And that's going to pretty much, I mean, this one was pretty much over, but those penalties really putting a final nail in the coffin here. Snake Island, though, tremendous performance, earning their way up. Snake Island was a silver group team. Earned their way all the way up to the final. You cannot lose on your way. You just don't have any room any margin for error if you're a silver group team and want to get up and win this tournament. And they came very close to doing so. The U.S. is going to win this one. It's lobbed into the corner by C.J. Kirst. What a great performance. Remember, tomorrow we will continue with LAXNAI on Blue Squatch Productions YouTube channel and Lacrosse TV with all of the women's tournament games that will be played tomorrow. That will be starting off at 7:50. The Mavericks and Team Air in the first fifth through eighth semifinal, and then Israel and Tri-City in the other. Then at 9:30, the Salmon Bellies and Women's Box Lacrosse Global Network, and then at 10:20, the number one ranked BP Lawyers and the fourth ranked Haudenosaunee Nationals, and then here's a chance, another shot by Cathers. Then we have the seventh place game, the fifth place game, the third place game, and the championship match of the inaugural Women's LAXNAI. Pass up top to McIntosh. Kirst has it. U.S. doesn't look like they're particularly interested in shooting anymore. Except for Blaze Reardon as it's late in the 30, he'll let one rip. C.J. Kirst gets it back and they can kill another 30 seconds. Reardon behind the back. McIntosh, he's trying to make up for lost time because he was snake bit early in the tournament after playing very, very well, but just not being able to score. Started to connect as the tournament went on. Here's Ty Thompson. These are there for Sky Sunday. It's a hard blast from Sunday. Comes back out. A nice chance for Jake Rice. Can't bury it. And they'll get the ball ahead to Jared Newman. Isaiah Davis-Allen over to Sullivan, back up top. They're just letting the time tick away here. USA White, after 5 years ago in 2018, USA did the same thing. They put blue and white teams in the LAXNAI as part of the process for their selection for the team for the next year at the World Box Lacrosse Championships, the World Lacrosse Championship that was in Langley. And one of the teams made it to the final where they played Thompson Brothers Elite, which was a squad full of NLLers. Thompson Brothers won that pretty handily, but it was impressive. There were two good squads. The other one, they won the silver and bronze medals, and they did very well. These teams, I think, in this tournament, the white team in particular, really showing some steps up in terms of athleticism, lacrosse IQ, just the way that these guys are playing the game. They're becoming box players. Pretty impressive. 9-2, USA White. Zach Deacon not ready to give in quite yet. He wants to get the ball back at least once more. So Jimmy Chadwick says, I'll just go and shoot then. Misses the net. Can't blame him for going taking a shot when someone's defending aggressively. I don't mind that. Just keep playing. Schultzke has it. No, don't do that. Four seconds left. Blast from the outside. The last save by Goa Abrams. Little check from behind. Oh, come on. Comizio's going to get into it. Now we've got a bit of a kerfuffle down in front of the crease. All arising from that initial push. Oh, and be careful. I'm not even sure who 88 is, because he wasn't on our roster. Late addition, but he has to be careful about pushing a referee. It looked like he may have shoved the ref. I'll tell you, you do that, and it will not end well for you. Everyone mills around. They'll go and congratulate their goalies. The final score, 9-2. Your 2023 LAXNAI champions, USA White. What a performance by USA White. Really deserving champions. This team coming together, playing very, very well. Again, we will have the first and second place awards presented to the teams. We will have the all-tournament team named. We'll have our MVP and our sportsmanship award. So stick with us for that. And remember, tomorrow, starting at 7:50, 8 straight games of women's box lacrosse in the first ever LAXNAI women's tournament. And we have women trying out for the Haudenosaunee national team, women who are trying for the Canadian national team, women who are looking to play for Ireland, for Israel. It's pretty cool. They will shake hands. Curious to see what the black pouches on the awards table are. Oh my, who in the world? Now we have a fight going on. Jimmy Chadwick and a non-dressed player, I think from Snake Island, fighting it out. That is just craziness. I didn't see what precipitated it. I don't know if we've got a replay of that. We'll see how it started. Brian Whitmer getting everyone back. The referees, they're waiting to step in. They're not. Oh, a couple of big punches landed by the non-dressed player. A jab, a big right. Oh, and now a bunch of Snake Island players. This is ridiculous. Just stop that. Comizio got in. And I hate to see the big smile on the face of the guy with no shoes and the shirt. Don't like that. Don't like that. There's some cheering. TJ Comizio, I think, was trying to separate some guys. A bunch of players run after him. Now it looks like Nate Schultzke is heading down the tunnel. And again, I'm a big Nate Schultzke fan, but I don't like it if he just left. I think they're going to get, or they, the whole Snake Island team is heading off the floor. That's a shame. That's a terrible way for things to end. Here we go. Let's see what happened. Okay, Jimmy Chadwick, here's some shaking. There's some shaking there. And then the player, the non-dressed player in the gray, just grabs Jimmy Chadwick and starts throwing punches. Chadwick defends himself and fights back. Chadwick may have said something, may have done something to ignite some of that, but that was clearly... Here we go. Let's take a look again. The guy in the gray is actually shaking hands with another U.S. player and then just grabs Chadwick and starts throwing bombs. They're going to send the U.S. off as well. This has been a great tournament. It really has, and that actually makes me quite mad to see that be the last images we're going to see of this tournament. We'll have some presentations. I'm not even sure what's going to happen right now, but the U.S. is heading for their locker room. And we're going to have to wait and see. Michael Brandt will, the PA announcer will let us know what's happening. That may severely curtail what's going on for post-game ceremonies. Edmund Cathers is going out. He's pretty chill. He's just saying, hey. Edmund Cathers is not going to partake in tomfoolery. So Edmund Cathers, the lone representative up there for Snake Island Muskies, will get the second place plaque, and he was outstanding. Great job by him. Those 9 goals were certainly not all on him. Great performance by Snake Island for the most part. I'm not going to condone what happened at the end. Now Skylar Thomas is coming out. He and Edmund Cathers will share a hug. we're presenting the Sportsmanship Award going to Ryan Conwell, who puts just a ton into the game of lacrosse. He is the man behind the Moon Bears, and he puts a lot into the game. Really like to honor him and appreciate everything that Ryan Conwell does for the game. Again, not sure at this point what we're going to wind up with for ceremonies. Don't know if we'll have the all-tournament teams come out. We will announce the all-tournament team. Remember, tomorrow, 7:50, women's box lacrosse at the LAXNAI gets rolling. We will have 8 games. It'll be myself, Stephen Stamp, and David Bowie making the calls. David can share with you how his fantasy hockey draft went tonight. If you're interested, I know nobody's actually ever interested in somebody else's fantasy hockey team, but he might tell you anyway. We will focus on the excitement tomorrow of women's lacrosse being included at the LAXNAI, being included at the World Championship as well. A little discussion going on over at the far side. I want to thank personally Scott Neese, who is walking off the floor right now with the first place plaque. And they're pretty cool. For the U.S., he puts a ton, an absolute ton of effort into this event. Does a great job. The MVP of the tournament is CJ Kirst from USA White. The all-tournament team includes Danton Miller from the Frog Pond Maulers, Skylar Thomas from the Snake Island Muskies, Tim Edwards from USA White, Zach Deacon from Snake Island, Jake Saunders of the Rochester Bats, and goaltender Gage Stevens from the Seneca Marksmen. And we just want to give a special shout out to Gage Stevens, who suffered a knee injury, had to be taken off on a stretcher in the semifinal game. He was fantastic. We had players from the teams he faced going on about how well he played, what a game he had. He's a young man, 22 years old. He'll be senior, or turning 22. He'll be senior next year, and in senior lacrosse, and he has a bright future. Thank you so much, lacrosse friends, for being with us. We're going to wrap things up for tonight here at the LAXNAI. Tomorrow, remember, starting at 7:50, women's LAXNAI here on Blue Squatch YouTube channel and Lacrosse TV. I'm Stephen Stamp on behalf of everyone here at the LAXNAI. Thanks.